Welcome back to Legends Auto Future, where we break down the cars Americans actually care about. Let's cut right to it. The 2026 Honda Prologue isn't just another electric SUV on the market. This is Honda's boldest step yet into the EV world, and for the first time, it feels like a real contender against Tesla, Ford, and Chevy, especially for families and commuters right here in the USA. First, let's talk design and presence. The Prologue doesn't look like a science experiment. It has the rugged but refined look that Americans love. A higher stance, clean body lines, and proportions that feel confident next to a Ford Mustang Mach-E or a Chevy Blazer EV. This isn't an awkward concept car. This is something people want to see in their driveway. Every angle feels purposeful, from the sleek LED lighting to the bold grille that gives it visual weight without pretending to need airflow like a gas engine. If you live in snowy states or hot southern cities, that visual confidence translates to real-world appeal. It looks ready for any season. Step inside, and Honda emphasizes what matters most for daily life: comfort, space, and technology. The interior feels thoughtfully laid out, with a spacious cabin that rivals a Honda CR-V, which, let's be honest, has been one of the most loved SUVs in America for years. The dashboard isn't cluttered. It blends intuitive touchscreens with physical knobs where drivers actually want them, like climate controls that are easy to use without taking your eyes off the road. There's ample legroom in both rows, and cargo space is competitive with other midsize EVs, meaning road trips, groceries, sports gear, or that weekend furniture run aren't going to cramp your style. Honda is leaning into useful tech instead of just flashy screens. The Prologue's large infotainment display supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, plus over-the-air updates so the SUV gets smarter over time, something EV buyers care about right now. When you compare that to older interfaces from rivals that feel dated, Honda's user-friendly approach starts to make more sense for the average American driver who wants both tech and practicality. Now let's dive into the heart of this vehicle, the electric performance. The 2026 Prologue uses a GM-developed Ultium battery platform, which might sound technical, but here's the bottom line. It gives the Prologue solid range for everyday use. With expected EPA estimates competitive in the mid-200-mile range, this is perfect for daily commuting, weekend getaways, and even longer trips when paired with the growing fast-charging network across the USA. Compared to early EVs that left drivers anxious about range, the Prologue eases that worry without costing a fortune. Honda has set up fast-charging compatibility that lets you add meaningful miles in minutes when you're on the road. Picture this. You're heading from Chicago to St. Louis, two big Midwestern hubs, and you need a quick top-up. With the Prologue's DC fast charging, you're not waiting around for hours. That's the kind of real-world usability that makes this EV practical for American lifestyles. From a performance standpoint, the instant torque delivery makes city driving and merging on highways feel punchy and responsive without feeling nervous or twitchy. Compare that to some EVs that sacrifice ride comfort for throttle response. The Prologue strikes a balance, and with a low center of gravity thanks to the battery placement, it handles corners and highway cruising with confidence. Honda's suspension tuning gives you comfort over potholes and bumps, something daily drivers from Boston to LA will appreciate. Let's talk efficiency and savings, because it matters. EV ownership is more than just range. Electricity often costs a fraction of gasoline in the USA, and the Prologue's efficiency ratings mean that charging at home overnight could save hundreds, or even more, over a year compared to a traditional gas SUV. On top of that, depending on your state, you may qualify for federal tax credits or local incentives that can make the purchase more affordable up front. Compare that to older EVs that had limited incentives. This is a big plus for buyers watching their wallets. And Honda's reputation for long-term reliability cannot be overstated. American buyers have long trusted Honda for durability and resale value. The Prologue builds on that legacy. When you think about the fact that many EVs are still proving themselves after thousands of miles, Honda's decades-long track record gives peace of mind. It's more than just electric. It feels dependable. Now let's talk safety and driver assist tech, because in the USA, family buyers care about peace of mind. The 2026 Prologue comes a standard with Honda Sensing, Honda's suite of advanced safety features, including adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist, automatic emergency braking, and more. These aren't add-ons you have to pay extra for. They come baked into the base model. Compare that to some competitors that charge up for advanced safety tech, and the Prologue starts to stand out as a better value. Honda is also integrating next-level connectivity features. Available software can monitor battery health and cabin conditions, letting drivers schedule charging for the cheapest electricity rates or precondition the cabin before hitting the road on a cold winter morning. That's a level of convenience that busy commuters and families juggling schedules will appreciate. Here's the kicker. Honda is positioning the Prologue not just as a direct rival to Tesla, but as a practical alternative that feels familiar and trustworthy. Instead of forcing drivers into a totally different EV culture, Honda blends the electric future with the comfort of a brand millions of Americans already know. When you compare that to brands that came out swinging with radical designs or confusing user interfaces, Honda's approach feels grounded and ready for mainstream adoption. And we haven't even talked about future-proofing. With a roadmap for more EVs in the coming years, and improvements in battery tech on the horizon, the Prologue feels like the first step in a long-term electric strategy, not a one-off experiment. That's important for buyers thinking not just about today, but about how their vehicle will age over the next decade. So if you live in the US and you're looking for an EV with everyday practicality, solid performance, family-friendly space, and Honda's reliability, the 2026 Honda Prologue deserves serious consideration. It's not just a new electric SUV. It's Honda saying it's ready for America's electric future, but on terms that make sense for real drivers. To wrap this up, the 2026 Honda Prologue is more than just an EV. It's a thoughtful blend of performance, practicality, tech, and value that speaks directly to American drivers who aren't just chasing trends. They want a vehicle that fits their life. Whether it's commuting, family trips, or weekend adventures, the Prologue is ready to step up. Here's a question for you. What feature matters most to you in an EV? Range, tech, comfort, or price? Drop your answer in the comments. Subscribe for more future cars and auto content on Legends Auto Future.